Overflows.
The relationship, the spiritual practice, insights into life, love, and light. Relationship is one of the most difficult subject to understand, to maintain, to make it a healthy way of communion. And it is responsible if you know how to relate to the other. Many other things begin to grow and blossom in you as fragrance, luster, and beauty. Intimacy is one of the offspring or is the fragrance of relationship. Intimacy grows with each moment, lived fully, present, and feeling grateful for each other. From this growth and learning as part of our realization, one can offer support to others who may be navigating through similar changes in their relationship, changes as well as challenges in their relationship. Such connections and understandings bring intimacy and support to peaks and valleys of life. Life always moves in peaks and valleys, but the understanding and connection with deeper intimacy and support makes you go through the peaks and valleys of life. And intimately, it deepens intimacy, trust, gratitude, and fulfillment that words cannot capture. Such are the insights into life, love, and light, a classic by Nivedita. As we continue to navigate through the pages of life, each moment with each new overflow. When you understand that relationship is a spiritual practice, then it becomes a powerful way of growing into fullness of being human, for opening our hearts to deeper love, compassion, and understanding. Part of this is developing a healthy capacity to love and to be loved. This also requires a commitment to a meditative and self-aware lifestyle, an ongoing inquiry into one's own experience and reality, and a space of transparency with ourselves. Pause for a moment. We try to look at the waste bin of others, what others say, but we never pause to look at our own dustbin, what comes out of us in various forms on a day-to-day basis. If you strive and make your dustbin a zero waste, then you don't need to do anything. Your life will radiate this beauty and fragrance. And this is the only way, ultimately, we can live with personal integrity and accountability. Relationships are process, and with each one, we learn something new. Every relationship builds on the learning and the mistakes of the ones before. But instead of looking at our own faults and mistakes, we look at the mistakes of the others and thus fail in creating an intimate bond, the bond of intimacy and understanding in a relationship. Every relationship builds on learning and the mistakes of those which had happened before. Even though there might be some repetitions, there is usually also growth. We are taking things to a higher and more responsible level. But if we are unaware of who we attract and are attracted to, why we attract them, and what to do when we are together, we simply behave in an unconscious and sabotaging way. We have to understand this first. Both you and your partner can improve sexual compatibility and bring intimacy in a certain way. I discuss some of these with you. Your partner responds positively when you ask for something sexual, not otherwise. This is easy way to engage them when discussing sex is to ask them, tell me more about. When you are interested in what they are asking for or about, you enter into a new dimension rather than telling them something out of you. First, learn to listen to them and then suggest something. Share the same opinion about public display of affection. These days, because of social media, we try to display our affection publicly. This is PDA, public display of affection. It is your birthday or anniversary, which is a private affair. We make it a public display. Some people enjoy others seeing their expressions of love and affection. This is also largely cultural, as in the United States and Europe. Couples generally are not expressive of their sexual or romantic feelings in public as they might be in Europe or in other parts of the world. Sharing the same opinion about flirty or sexual texting is important, but this is a private affair. Dirty talks, text, sexting, and steamy voice messages can be exciting to receive, but the relationship would need to agree on expectations, security, destruction, or terms of these types of communications. Specifically in the digital age, these can be weaponized messaging after breakups, which usually happens. These messages happen after breakups. Agreeing about the use of pornography brings deeper results at times. Psychologists say that this brings deeper results as far as intimacy is concerned. The research is still unclear on the effectiveness of pornography in boosting sexual connection, but it is suggested. You must know when your partner prefers to make love. You must understand his or her feelings. Having an up-to-date understanding of what and when your partner enjoys sex will make sex more enjoyable and your relationship to take to more deeper levels. Have internal clarity on what sex means to you and what can share, and you can share this with your partner as you understand more of yourself. Like many experiences in life, it is a process to understand. Sex is not something that you know once and it stays static forever. If you allow yourself to explore yourself and share your findings with your partner, your intimacy will grow. Sex is an ongoing dynamic process. With each day, each act, it changes. There are limitless possibilities for expectations, desires, and hope for sex, as there are infinite combinations of relationships in the world on top of life stages, stress levels, illness, and injury. Sexual needs and expectations are moving targets for people in relationships. That is why relationships becomes conflicted, sexless, or avoidant when they do not prioritize regular sexual communication between the partners. Be aware that many people feel some inadequately inadequacy or shame around sex. So be conscious of their feelings and reactions. For example, saying, I really enjoy our sex and love having you as my partner. But I was hoping we could try some different things. Or I wanted to see if we could increase or decrease the frequency somewhat. Tends to go over better easily. I am feeling bored in the bedroom, or can you stop asking me for sex all the times? There are two options. One is to increase or decrease the frequency a bit, tends to go over better, versus I am feeling bored in the bedroom, or can you stop asking me for sex all the times? Feel free to approach the topic of sex with your partner. When starting a conversation with sex, make sure you have enough time to finish the topic. Do not bring it up if you have been drinking or doing drugs, or if one of you is tired or had a bad day. Pick a time when you are both relaxed and can handle the complex subject. Pay attention to your partner's reactions. As with all communications, remember to watch your partners for signs of distress. If you see them getting uncomfortable, take a minute to pause, breathe, and help them settle. When thinking through how to best communicate in your relationship, paying attention to cues from the partner can be increasingly important to make sure you are both on the same wavelength. If you feel awkward about starting the conversation, there are games you can purchase online or in the store and ask questions about sexual fantasies, positions, and practices. This can create a more playful moods and take the pressure off. Be playful. And in that matter, many things can happen. These days, easy to buy the games and sexual toys um, discreetly from the reputable websites, or you can visit a local store. This can be a fun date with a partner or a great way to start the conversation about what you might want to change in your life. Enough for now.